All right, TDS Queen here. And we might have to do a two-parter because I'm waiting on my text message to go pick up my daughter. So I said I was going to make a video today about the illegalities of the administration, which I will. But let's get to the news so far of the day. The Twitter reveal. I don't know if you've all heard about this, but Elon Musk put in a feature that allows users to see where certain accounts are from, like country-wise, location-wise, right? And turns out the majority of right-wing MAGA support, like there's a Joe Rogan one, there's an Ivanka Trump fan one, they're all based in like Eastern Europe and stuff. So Eastern Europe, Nigeria. So come and find out. Russia is another one. It's all coming from overseas. All this influence, just like we've been screaming and saying that, Trump is a Putin puppet and, all this influence is coming from overseas. Yeah, we're crazy. We're crazy, all right. Yeah, look who's crazy now. All this stuff is actually for real. Look it up. Then he takes it away like, oopsies, and then he puts it back. I think he did that on purpose because him and Donald Trump don't really like each other because they're both gigantic narcissists and there can only be one, like Highlander. And I think he did it on purpose to just irk Trump. But that is huge, that finding out all of this is real and that all the MAGAs have been lied to. I mean, these are people that post like, I'm America first and, down with the Dems and let's own the libs and this and that. But they're if you were to see the face behind the screen, you would probably never let them set foot in the country. They are not from here. They are not MAGA. They are just outside political influences that want to bring down democracy. And that was insane. And I did just get the text message, but we'll just finish the news of the day and then we will do the video when I get back. So the vote that they had, I don't know if it was in the Senate or the House, but some Dems signed on just a vote to condemn socialism. Okay, I made a video a couple days ago telling the difference between socialism and communism. These people, I don't know why they can't grasp that there's a difference between these two things. Okay, Congress got paid during the shutdown. All right, they get more money a day for their food allowance than a family of 4 on SNAP gets a week. They get awesome health insurance. But yes, condemn socialism for everybody else but you, because that's in effect what you are getting. Like, so asinine. And the fact that people have been fed this, again, from overseas Twitter accounts that Democrats are communists, just beat into them over and over again. These programs are communism. And they're talking about in this bill the regimes of like Mao and in Cuba. And so that's communism. That is not socialism, okay? We believe in human rights, like healthcare should be a right, food should be a right, housing should be a right, education should be a right. All these other countries have this, and they do not have near the wealth that our country has, or the population that our country has. So there's no reason we can't get those in our country. Just like the meeting with Mamdani and Trump, where he actually sat down and talked to him and was like, maybe this makes sense. And did you see how he was dressed like him too? Oh my Lord. Okay, so I find it laughable that we're still having a conversation that Democrats are social or communists. No, okay, that's not what we believe in. We don't believe in communism. Look it up. My God. This video with these illegal orders, and that will feed into my other thing about Trump's illegality. Mark Kelly, he's a senator from Arizona. He's a retired Navy NASA, okay? He says Trump sees government accountability as a nuisance, which he does. Loyalty to the Constitution is punishable by death, which is in a nutshell what Trump and the Republicans are saying. Loyalty to the Constitution is punishable by death, okay? Because all those Democrat service people came out and said was you do not have to follow illegal orders, okay? That's following the Constitution. And what did Trump and his minions come out and say? That's seditious, that's traitorous, these people should be put to death, okay? That is saying that if you follow the Constitution rather than loyalty to Trump, you need to be put to death, okay? And everyone's saying, he never gives illegal orders. Okay, fine. But listen, all right? Judges have already found troop deployment in D.C. illegal. JAG found boat strikes in the Caribbean where they are just shooting and blowing up boats. And if anybody does survive, they're plucked out of the water and brought back to their country or wherever they came from. If they're narco-terrorists, why are we not arresting them? Why are we not pressing charges? Why are they not holding these people accountable? Because they're not. These are actual war crimes. People are getting killed. This is just straight murder. Okay, so JAG found that illegal, but Bondi overruled it and said, nope, it's not. Well, gosh, thanks for clearing that up. There's a probe into the illegal mortgage inquiries for the whole Letitia James case and all of that. There is a probe of the illegal ICE flights. Do you remember when the judge told them don't take off? And they're like, haha, we're going to do it anyway. Okay. A study showed that the DOJ has violated a court order 26 times at least so far. Okay. Yes, he has given illegal orders. Okay. If anybody after this stay of the telling the National Guard to go away, if they were to still continue to do things, that will be an illegal order. Just because he's president does not mean every single word out of his mouth is a legal order, okay? He's not God. And if you are going to follow that, you're going to be held accountable after this regime is gone. Because I was just following orders will not be an excuse. That's not going to fly. So I don't know what else to say about that. That will get me into the other side of this, where I've got a whole heck of a lot of writing about crimes and stuff. The last thing real quick before I have to leave was the fact that he boycotted the G20 because it was in South Africa, and the lie that, well, there's a white genocide going on in South Africa, and that's why I'm not going down there. That's another lie, okay? There's no white genocide going on there. He's racist. He just didn't want to go to Africa. And, you know, please, all the magas that are like, oh, show me specific examples of him being racist. What? I don't really have to. I don't really have to prove anything to anybody. I know that his dad and him would not rent to black people in their, buildings. So at least one thing, right? When he talks about Jasmine Crockett or AOC, he always calls them low IQ. He never really comes out and says it like right away, but you read between the lines and you see below the surface, he is a racist individual. He just is, okay? So the fact that he boycotted that and everybody there was still getting along just fine without him. And the gavel ceremony is this big, huge thing where they pass the gavel from one country to the next for the next time. And they this administration wanted to send some piddly low-down person. And the G20 summit said, no, you want to send somebody high up like Marco Rubio or, Trump where he should have been. Yeah, we'll do the gavel ceremony. We'll pass it down. So they basically just shut us completely out of that. And they seemed to do fine. And everybody was happier without him there. So that should tell you everything you need to know. But before this gets any longer, I will do a part 2 when I come back from picking up my daughter. And that one will be good. So if you liked this video, please hit a like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I will continue this later.